Hey y'all, it's Tuesday tally time, and I am way late getting this recorded. It is almost 6 o'clock. Maybe it's already 6 o'clock. I don't know. Rushed out here because the sun is setting. It is a little chilly. We are in the middle of yet another cold front. Can't believe how many we've had since November. It's been really cool, really nice. So our high today was 61, and we really struggled to get to 60 even. I don't even think we hit 61. We started out in the lower 40s this morning, and it's been nice. I've been in my sweatshirt and my sandals all day long. I've not broken a sweat. My toes have gotten a little bit cold, um, but not to the point that I've wanted to put on any socks and shoes. I hate socks. So I'm gonna do a really, really quick walk. Most of the garden is pretty self-sufficient at this point, but I do have several young plants in, and I have some out of season plants that are in right now. The sky is just so neat looking to me right now. That's why I keep looking around, and the birds are flying. They're enjoying this cool weather. But I have a couple plants that I did need to protect. So you guys know I have some tomatoes that are producing in the green stalk vertical garden. And I also have some peppers that are in, and those are not fans of the cold, I guess you would say. So I did have to cover those, and I did have to cover some seedlings. I've already started to lose some of my seedlings because I don't know, I heard that the cold front was coming, but I didn't really pay much attention to the fact that it was already happening. So we've had a couple of nights in the lower 40s already, and it's just getting cooler and cooler. I'm thinking that within these next 9 days, we are going to see about 5 of those days down into the 30s, which is for me beautiful. I like the cold. I don't like snow. So I am good if we can get, every now and then we'll get a freak winter where we'll get down into the 20s. And I think that is absolutely phenomenal. Some of my best vacations are where it's cold. I told my neighbors that, it was one of the reasons why we got married in the winter. It's not really. We just picked a date that was halfway between our birthdays, and because we're both winter babies, it just worked out that way. So when we take our anniversary trips, we typically go somewhere that is snowing, and we enjoy that time because it's such a nice change when you're used to perpetual summer, I guess you would call it. We typically have 9.5 months of summer, and the rest of the year is, I guess, what everybody else would call fall. But yeah, enough rambling. I've got dinner cooking. Let me just do a quick walk. Not really going to hit on all parts of the garden today because, like I said, I am preparing for a little chill tonight, so some things are covered up. Let's just go look. Let me show you. So nothing really new around here. And I know I'm walking backwards from what I usually do. Got these beds all prepped. This bed has peppers, and those are all covered up. I still need to get the lights off of the plants, but I'm not worried about that right now. The carrots, I'm not worried about. The carrots will do just fine in the cold. They'll actually benefit from it. I don't know what's going on. My neighbors have one of their vents running, and it's extremely loud. Today I'm not sure what's going on there. Everything over here is good. I haven't planted anything in this bed yet, so that's going to be next on the list. Now, this pepper, I haven't covered it. I'm not really worried too much about it because it is literally buried in these plants, and it gets quite a bit of protection. You see, it's still Nothing here. No cold stress going on here. It's ripening its fruit. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Let's roll here. Not a whole lot going on here. Got some mustards that I am dying to cut off of here and eat. I'm not going to step into the greenhouse, but you guys can see some changes have happened in there. It's all clean and ready for me to plant. I still need to do quite a bit of weeding around here. They dropped off the mulch for our neighborhood, and I am going to be like a Nazi this year. I'm not letting them mulch my plants because they typically come in and just throw the mulch all over the top of the plants and kill them. So you guys know I was talking about the peas that I put in here, and it seems once again they've been eaten down. So I'm gonna not put peas back in this spot. I've tried it now twice and I'm not gonna do it anymore. This is the Jersey Wakefield cabbage. Those are doing pretty good. I did find one of these nets that was lifted up the other day, and it's like, I think a rat came in and just nibbled off a little bit of a leaf. I'm okay with that. He didn't like it apparently because he only ate one leaf. Got some more of that going on down there and plenty of weeds in the back. We'll get to those eventually. It's going to be sooner than later because I got to get that mulch spread. My salvia is coming in nicely here. And then this salvia also is doing a great job of popping up and showing its head. This is the Salvia leucantha. It's back in bloom, looking good. Got some ageratum popping up in the back there, of course. This is the Makawa Yatsubusa Japanese maple, and it never dropped all of its leaves. I think it's happy now that it's cool, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to force it. Time to clean up the Farfugium. I'll get around to that eventually. Not a whole lot going on over here. There's a little progress on the herbs that we seeded together. Some of them did well, some of them have not. Of course, some of this is my fault because I failed to get the drip irrigation going. But we've got some life in most of these, and I'm okay with that. This clerodendron is blooming its head off. It's having a good time here. I have tried to tie it up, and it's not interested in listening to me. Got some roses coming back in. Those guys are so pretty. You guys know, I think I lost my Rio Samba rose in the front. I'm going to be on the hunt looking for one of those because I really, really love that rose. This is the Green Cascade Japanese maple. It is pushing new growth. It has been traumatized. It had all of these palm fronds up here. They came in and they started to trim these palms, and they are the most inconsiderate group of plant people I've ever seen in my life. They just drop the branches all on top. So I'm just trying to nurse this baby back to health so that it will fill in and do okay for me. I think it likes that spot so far. I just glanced over in my neighbor's yard and they have their plants all covered up. They went the route of plastic. I'm a little bit scared of the plastic because I never really trust our cold fronts, that they're going to stay cold consistently, and I don't want that plastic heating up and cooking my plants. These things that we planted the other day are doing pretty good. We've got a couple of the lavender that are starting to push blooms. So I don't know, the snapdragons should get a little bit extended life out of them now since the cold has come back in. There's one of the daisies that I was telling you about that I have. I am not sure the name of this daisy. I got this one last year or the year before. I don't know, but I'm glad that it came back. When I put the Dahlberg daisies in, I told you guys how they don't typically do good for me. I think I may have found a good spot for them. So I'm going to keep an eye out on them and see what they do. These are such a soft, dainty little plant. So I really like that foliage. I still have not staked the privet cassia, so I took that pot there just to kind of hold it up in place. And I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there and I'm going to plant something in that pot. I don't know what yet. Nothing exciting going on over here. I did clean out some of the Swiss chard. I was going to pull it all, but then I decided just cut it off, let the guineas eat it, and I'll reseed that pot a little bit later. Don't have very many takers on my mealworm feeder. My birds don't like mealworms. So I guess I'm going to have to empty that out. If I take it out and throw it on the ground, somebody will eat it. The azaleas are still blooming. I've got to work on these in 2025 to kind of beef them up on their leaves. I got to get them to produce more leaves. Now there's a lot of new growth down here at the bottom on this one, and quite a bit down at the bottom on this one. Thinking if I cut them back, I may be able to force them. This one's not too bad. The leaves are kind of everywhere, but this one's a little lopsided too. But they bloom. Look at that bloom. Just look at that bloom. And then these. This is a good fresh one. I love those. Lespedizza's trying to get a little bit of color back. I did finally give it some iron. I dropped these nasturtiums in here. They don't seem to be happy. Nasturtiums are cold weather plants, and they aren't happy in here. We'll see what happens with those as well. Still loving the fan flowers here. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I was a little bit worried about the one on this side. This one obviously is loving its life. These guys were like, what, in a, I don't know, I guess about a 6-inch can, maybe a 1-gallon can. And they were really small when I put them in. I love how they're filling out. This one over here is struggling a little bit because it's getting a little bit more shade than the other one does, but that's all right. That's all right. I'll take it. I'm very happy with what the Vitex is doing. We got some new blooms coming. Very, very happy with that. Very happy with that. That Vitex is not supposed to grow here. I am officially a zone 10A, and everybody says you're not going to get enough cold for it to produce blooms. This thing blooms all year for me. All year. So they don't know everything. Still got quite a bit of cleanup to do over here. This area, I ordered a ton of Lisianthus to fill this entire section here in the front. So I haven't really made a whole lot of plans here. The sweet almond bushes that are there, the sticks that you're looking at, I'm going to pull those guys out. They're not happy back here and they've not performed. So I'm going to just go ahead and pull them out. I love the smell of the flowers, but it's just not working. So I want to clear this out, revamp this whole area, and get it ready for something else. We did a video on this area. Actually had my husband working out here. That was wonderful. We finally got this lettuce out of this container. I have reseeded it. The seeds are probably going to be set back a little bit because it's a little too chilly for them to germinate, but they will come up eventually. You guys see the green stalk there, all covered up. I've got to be careful. I got a wet spot here. I'm going to have to work on the drainage in this area. The green stalk drains, and it's far too much water for this entire area. So it just kind of settles right here it makes a little swamp. So when the lawn guys come through, they leave all these wonderful tracks. I'm gonna walk this way so that I don't step into the water. Everything over here still looks the same. I still got to get these hedges trimmed. I still got to get this, what's this thing called? Silvery thing. What's it called? Silver buttonwood. I need to get that. Let's see. You see the can? See the can there? I bought the replacement to fill that hedge in. I still got to get that put in the ground. So when I do that, I'll go ahead and I'll trim those hedges, and I will trim the hedges over there. And this section's got some caladiums, so I'm not really doing a whole lot in this area. I'm just going to go ahead and clean out the weeds and mulch it. I would like to do a little bit more sedum in here to really define that edge with sedum and bring it all the way over and then carry it over this side as well. But I've got to find it's like a 16 tray of sedums, small. I don't want to buy them big because they just cost too much. So I'm going to work on that. Need some trimming. I told my husband the other day we got to work on the clusias because they're getting entirely too tall. So we need to get up there with the ladder and reshape them. I would like to bring this one back down to the height this one is at and kind of maintain it that way. But because it's so wide, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it quite as low without it looking like a flat top. I don't want it to look like Stewie Griffin. So we'll figure something out there. I'll get up here and I'll get this one trimmed. This one's fun to trim. Not really. And then I'll trim the hedges here, and I'll get all the way out there and trim the hedges out there. That viburnum is so nutrient deficient. That one actually is supposed to be maintained by the HOA, but they don't do a very good job of fertilizing. So I usually have to come out here and do it. I'm going to go ahead and give it some plant tone and some iron tone, and probably give it a little bit of chelated iron to get some color back into it. Still haven't decided what I'm going to do here. I do have that lemon cypress, and I'm thinking about putting it here. The other place that I wanted to put it, I did all that planting in the back. So I'm thinking I'm going to just go ahead and put it here, let it fill this space in, and just be a nice pop of bright, bright green. These hedges, of course, need to get trimmed as well. And I need to plant something back into this. It's really a window box, but it's just a container. Still, of course, need to do some major weeding in here. It is likely that I'm going to pull a lot of these plants out. I just don't know yet. So I'm not really paying a whole lot of attention to it. I love my asparagus fern, but it is a beast. So I don't know. How pretty is that? Nice little glow. It's so pretty at night. Doesn't look that great in the daytime. I brought in the tomatoes from the lanai and potted them up here, and hopefully they'll be okay. I've just got to protect them from this cold. It's been a little bit too chilly for them. That is all I have for this week's Tuesday Tally, guys. If you are in Florida, I hope you guys stay cool, but not freeze to death. Enjoy the cool weather because it's going to be gone sooner than we can even get the words out. If you guys are anywhere along the East Coast and up north where unfortunately you're getting snowed in by this system, I am really sorry. I hope that you guys stay safe, stay warm, travel as little as you can so that we don't have any accidents. I don't want to hear about anybody slipping and sliding on the road. Just keep your family safe. Enjoy whatever time you can from your snow days. And we'll all get back to gardening as soon as we can. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. My subscribership has gone up, and I'm hopeful that by the end of 2025, I will be able to get to 1,000 subscribers. Share the channel with your friends. It's a no-nonsense kind of channel. I'm just a regular person gardening for my own pleasure, to feed my family and enjoy my own ornamental plants. I'm not an expert on any of this. It's fun. And quite honestly, it is my mental health therapy. I come out and literally all my issues just kind of go away for as long as that. I'm working outside and playing in the dirt and freezing and sweating to death, and my knees hurt and my back hurts and all of that good stuff, but I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. So thanks guys for watching. Thanks for helping me to build the channel, and I'm gonna work on getting some more videos edited because we recorded quite a bit of stuff over this past weekend. I'm gonna get it edited and get it up here for you. See you guys in the next video. Bye.